3 out of 4 of the years of high school, I had an incident where I had to be hospitalized for alcohol poisoning. The only year I didn't have to be was senior year.
Seamus Kirst says his first drink was the summer after 7th grade, beers with friends, stolen from a neighborhood block party. By 8th grade, after stealing booze from a friend's parents' liquor cabinet, he knew his relationship with alcohol was different.
There would be times where we would be at his house and I would pour vodka into orange juice or whatever, and he would actually pass on it. And that's probably, by the third time that I drank in 8th grade, other people were already kind of, falling behind, or I was really just on a different level.
Friends and family members could hardly reconcile the two tremendously different personalities that existed in him. The blackout drunk, who would become valedictorian at Corcoran High School.
But for tonight to truly mean something, it can only be the beginning.
The Ivy League student, accepted to Brown University. A ton of friends. He was fun at parties, right up until the moment he wasn't.
Or one afternoon I woke up at 4 p.m. after having a night of drinking and my entire room was coated in vomit. And I only woke up because someone was pounding on the door, or else I probably would have slept until like 8 p.m. And I think that it's one of those situations where I was so lucky that I didn't choke on my own throw up, and so lucky that I even woke up. And then obviously I woke up and it was Super Bowl Sunday and I immediately started drinking again.
There was rehab, but he resented it and went back to drinking. There were promises to only drink on weekends. They were broken every time. It seemed silly to give up booze because aside from the hangovers, the mood swings, and the almost dying, he was a high achiever, a strain of alcoholism he calls the excelling alcoholic.
There are a lot of people who are alcoholics and who also are at the top of their fields, or like incredible students, and balance all these things, like these very complex social lives and intense studies, and are still wasted 75% of the time and hungover the other 25%.
Given his history, it's interesting that his moment of truth came after a rather routine night of binge drinking, not after a pimp overseas in India offered to sell him a child for sex, not after he found himself in bed with a stranger more than twice his age. In a revealing blog post, which has now been republished several times, he comes clean.
It was only 2 years ago that I was finally able to admit to those I loved, but most important to myself, that drinking wasn't worth it if I would one day wake up seriously hurt, if I woke up at all.
You must have put your parents through hell.
Yeah, so I've actually been talking to a lot of people about this recently, but I think that for people who have family members or loved ones, whether it's your child or it's your friend or it's your significant other, and you think that they have a drink, or not think, when somebody has a drinking problem, I think the best thing you can do is to be honest, and I think that people need to hear how their behavior is impacting you negatively, and how they're hurting you.